So today we are talking perfume psychology. We are going to be talking all about how to pretty much manipulate people into thinking you are the best smelling person in the room. I've always been so fascinated by psychology, and so I've taken that interest of mine over to another big interest of mine, which is perfumes. We're kind of just meshing them together in this video, and I'm gonna kind of maybe blow your mind with some of these facts and things that you can do to get the most out of your scent. There's a lot of little tips and tricks in here of how to just make people basically fall in love with you and your scent. We are getting down to the scientific reasonings behind it. So with all that said, let's get straight into it. Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn post notifications on, and let's get started. First up, we have scent memory anchoring. So our olfactory bulb, which is the neutral structure in the front of our brain that is essential for our sense of smell, that is connected to the hippocampus and the amygdala, which are the brain's memory and emotion centers. With this in mind, you can use this fact to help you and others by using something called scent associations. We've heard this before, and I've done it way before I even kind of knew the scientific reasonings behind it. But when you hear people say that they buy certain perfumes and they only use it on vacation, then they come back and they associate that perfume with that vacation or that experience, that's kind of what we're doing here. So if you're, let's say, going on a first date, use a specific perfume to be around that person, and if hopefully you get a second, third date, or you know, a long-term relationship, you can then bring out that perfume for any special occasions, and it will kind of evoke that first date sort of feeling, that excitement in that other person and you as well, so that you associate it with that happy memory. You can also use this for, let's say, studying. If you're studying for a test, wear a certain scent, and then when you go and take that test, wear that same scent that you used while you were studying, and your brain will kind of associate it and kind of help you even bring up those things that you were studying. You can use a certain smell that you have in your collection that just makes you feel the most confident, and every time that you wear that perfume and you want to evoke that feeling, just smelling that scent will instantly put you into that emotional state. This is another reason why I always wear certain scents when I'm doing meditations or yoga or just kind of breathing and trying to relax myself, because if I find myself in a situation where I'm anxious, maybe even a panic attack, if I bring out that same scent, it kind of calms me down because I immediately associate it with something calming that I do. So for example, I always keep peppermint and lavender oil with me in my bag because I use those two oils when I am meditating. So then every time I smell them, if I'm in a situation where I'm a little bit anxious and I pull them out, it will really calm me down. I just love that scent is so powerful. Obviously, scent is to make you smell nice and just, you know, more, I guess, more vain reasons, but it can also be really powerful reasons, like literally can calm you down. Your sense of smell is just such a big part of you. Next up, we have the contrast effect. This kind of goes against something that I've always kind of talked about on this channel and what a lot of people talk about, where when it's summer, you want to wear something fresh. When it's winter, you want to wear something warm and sweet. Well, with this trick, you're kind of doing the opposite. After doing a little bit of research, I learned that people actually notice your scent when there is a contrast with your scent and the environment. So for example, if you actually wear a citrus scent or something that you associate more with summer, and you wear that kind of scent in the winter, it will stand out more because the brain just doesn't really expect it. So you can use seasonal contrasts to make your scents memorable. Wear a really sweet perfume in the summer. Maybe kind of, you know, use your discernment to pick out which kind of sweet perfume would best suit the summer, because sweet perfumes in the summer when it's that hot can also be overwhelming. So use your judgment. But try doing the opposite of what we've always been taught, which is wear freshies in the summer, wear heavier ones in the winter. Try switching it up and you may just find that your scent just will hit that much more. Next up, gender and mood perception bias. Studies show that vanilla, amber, and musk are all notes that are unconsciously linked to warmth, trust, and sensuality, whereas citruses and green notes, these types of scents signal energy, youth, and freshness. With this trick, you're pretty much using scent families to match the psychological effect that you want people to feel around you. So if you are going on a first date, maybe don't go for a citrus scent, maybe go for something more warm, ambery, vanilla. Next up, mood conditioning. This goes hand in hand with what I was saying earlier, where I use certain scents like lavender and peppermint to kind of put me in that calm state. Scents can act like emotional shortcuts. So apply a perfume during a ritual, a meditation, a workout, affirmation, affirmations, and over time your brain will naturally link that scent to motivation or calmness, which can make fragrance more of a psychological tool rather than just something that is, you know, more superficial. You can actually make it work for you and have it actually be something really, really helpful. Next is the skin chemistry trick. So everybody's skin pH is different. Diet affects this, hormones affects this. All these kinds of things can alter how a person smells, and it differs on each person. And something really interesting that you may have never heard about is try applying your perfumes on top of an unscented lotion mixed with a tiny drop of salt water. I know this is a little weird, but bear with me. I'm gonna tell you guys why, and the reason is actually really, really interesting. So you're doing all of this before you spray your perfume, and you're probably like, salt water? Like what? The reason why you are adding salt water on your skin before you're spraying your perfume is salt slightly changes evaporation rates, which makes your scent more radiant and way more longer lasting on your skin. What this will do is it will make people perceive your natural chemistry as way more inviting and just so much more magnetic. I know this is a bit like, okay, now I'm gonna put salt water on my skin. I know it may sound a little over the top, but if you have the time, try it and let me know what kind of reactions you get. Okay, next up, reverse scent conditioning. So instead of anchoring your brain to a certain perfume, you can anchor other people's brain to your perfume. Always wear the same perfume around a certain person that you maybe want to influence. Your boss at work, a partner, a friend. What this will do is it will make their brain kind of associate that scent with you, which will make your presence feel that much stronger even when you're not around. You're just making that person think about you. Next up, this one's really interesting because you can actually alter the way people think about you just based off of your scent. Studies show that rich, resinous type scents like oud, myrrh, leather, these are all linked with luxury and power in the brain. Your brain just naturally associates these scents with luxury and power. So even if you are in casual clothes, let's say you're going out in sweatpants, if you put on a perfume that has one of these notes that I just mentioned, it makes people kind of subconsciously register you as a higher status person, even if you are just out wearing normal casual attire. Sweet gourmand scents like vanillas, chocolate, caramel, marshmallow, all these scents, they trigger comfort and bonding, which makes people more likely to open up to you and kind of drop their guards. So if you want that kind of energy out of somebody, make sure you wear something sweet and warm and inviting. If you want people to take you a little bit more seriously, then wear sharp aromatics like vetiver, incense, pepper. These scents trigger respect and distance, which makes people take you a lot more seriously. This is something I would do maybe in a job setting. With this trick, you're basically switching your perfume based off of the role that you need, whether that be approachable or authoritative. Definitely use your perfume to your advantage to evoke a certain feeling or however you want to be perceived. This next one is really interesting because you can also use the color of your clothing to kind of trick people's brains into thinking you smell stronger or softer. Studies show that warm colored clothing like reds, ambers, oranges makes people perceive your scent as being stronger, even if you're not necessarily wearing a stronger scent. Just because you are wearing that kind of stronger coloring to your clothing, it tricks people's brains into thinking that your scent smells stronger than it does, whereas cooler tones in your clothing like blues and greens will mute perception. So if you want your scent to seem bolder, wear warm colored clothing, and if you want your scent to seem a little bit more soft and subdued, wear cool colored clothing. Next one, memory fixation via coumarin. Stick with me. So the note of coumarin, which if you don't know what that smells like, it tends to smell a little bit like tonka or vanilla, so it's a very warm note. For some reason, coumarin specifically is unusually strong in forming long-term memory links because it mimics our natural body chemistry the best. So a little hack is you can use a scent that is dominated by coumarin, specifically when you are meeting somebody new for the first time, because it imprints you into their memory a lot stronger than if you were, let's say, wearing a citrus or a floral scent. So try using coumarin to your advantage. Those are all of my perfume psychology tips and tricks and hacks. I loved learning about all of these. I think it is so interesting. Like I said, I love psychology, and the fact that I was able to kind of make both of these worlds that I love so much come together in this video was super interesting to me. So I hope that you guys found this interesting. Definitely use some of these hacks and come back and let me know. I have used a lot of these myself, not all of them. I do want to try all of them though. If you use any one of these and it works for you and you see kind of a reaction that you maybe hadn't before, come back to this video and let me know. That is it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!